Where are we in terms of the timetable for demutualisation?
On the timetable for demutualisation, I think we are a little bit running behind because of a simple reason. There were two sides to this thing. There was the legal part, which was done way back last year. And then you have the technical or the operational side, which we are dealing on with right now. We know that CMA gave the NSC some time to put their house in order so that we can have the technical issues resolved, have resolutions done by the stock exchange for us to be able to move forward now. Again, on the other side, there are also two processes. There's the demutualisation, which is what you're talking about. Then after demutualisation, then there's the listing or the IPO, which is going to come in the next 3 years.
Let's talk about some of the technical challenges. We've already got some of the stock brokerages arguing that their value in terms of investment in the stock exchange should reflect as assets on their various entity balance sheets. And that seems to be a sticking point. Just talk to us about where some of the problems lie right now.
Okay, let me explain that on the view of understanding from the stockbrokers. The stockbrokers are using the premise that in 2007, a seat was sold publicly at a price of 251 million. That's the one which RenCap is holding. And therefore, they have been holding that one as the value of their seat, which is basically about 4%, because 10% is the government, 10% is the treasury, that is, and then compensation fund. Yeah. Then the 80% is made of the 20 brokers, which is about 4% each. So brokers are arguing that the 4% has the value of 251. That's on one side. CMA on the other side is insisting that the valuation of a broker should be based on the paid up capital and the assets they're holding, real assets. When it comes to the seat, at the time when we want to, after demutualisation, we want to list, we are going to have to value the stock exchange for us to go forward. So I think there's been those two conflicting areas. But I think, honestly, from where I'm seated, the brokers have no case. I mean, this is, it's logical that the value has to be determined again. The conditions for 2007 are way different from today. The price cannot be constant.
Let's talk about the rationale for demutualisation. It's an international standard, that's the first thing. Secondly, it's going to make the NSE a lot more competitive. It's going to make it globally astute. It's going to improve governance. And then there's the regional integration aspect of it. So what's expected here?
I think all of them, but most importantly for the demutualisation of the stock exchange in Kenya, the first impact is going to have is corporate governance. I think couple of years we have seen many of the members, they are going down and going, and I think in the last, this year we have seen 5 investment banks downgrading to stockbrokers. So I think demutualisation of the stock exchange and the incorporation of independent directors and also obviously non-voting members of the stock exchange as well, and the government treasury on one side, I think it's going to bring much more of that watchdog kind of activism and directorship, which is going to push us forward. And on the region, it's going to be a good thing because the stock exchange in Dar es Salaam, Uganda, Rwanda are going to be shareholders in this particular stock exchange. So obviously, it's going to widen even the fish market, where we can have many companies from other regions listing in this market as well.